Coming up, rescue from the air. See how a news helicopter crew helped save a man's life.
Go behind the scenes at Lycoming Engines to see how custom Thunderbolt models are made.
Plus, building the future. See our 2020 AOPA You Can Fly scholarship winners.
And a birthday flight not to miss. AOPA Live this week begins in just a moment.
Your plane is a valuable tool. With the Genesis Aerosystems S-Tech 3100 digital autopilot, you can rest assured you will arrive safely to your destination. The 3100 is the industry's most advanced autopilot for single and twin-engine aircraft, providing exceptional workload reduction, safety-enhancing capabilities such as straight and level mode and speed protection. To learn more, visit our website today.
This is AOPA Live This Week with Tom Haynes and Alyssa Cobb.
Dreams fulfilled and ultimately lives changed. AOPA's flight training scholarships are making a difference to help drive the future of general aviation.
Boy, that's right. We just awarded over $1 million in scholarships to more than 120 high school students, teachers, primary flight training students, and pilots working toward advanced ratings. We called the winners to give them the news, and the reactions, well, you can see for yourself.
Well, I do have some good news for you. You have officially been selected as a recipient, so you will be receiving our scholarship.
Thank you very much. That's amazing.
I am so excited.
That's great news.
Are you excited?
That solves all my problems.
Amazing. I can't believe it. Wow.
The scholarships range from $2,500 to $10,000. The funds were donated through the AOPA Foundation with generous donations from the Ray Foundation and, of course, the pilot community, too.
It gives them a real head start in terms of starting their aviation career. And what's really exciting for me, and I think for everybody in the program, is we are reaching a lot of women and minority and at-risk youth that enroll in this program and get these scholarships. And it's exciting because we're really trying to move the needle and make the aviation community much more diverse.
The scholarships are just one part of the AOPA You Can Fly program, a collection of initiatives to build a larger, more vibrant pilot community. Congratulations for sure to all those winners.
That's right. Congratulations. Well, normally this time of year we would be counting down the days until EAA AirVenture in Oshkosh. Unfortunately, not this year. EAA called off the event in May due to concerns about the coronavirus pandemic. Now, thankfully, we get to have a taste of AirVenture virtually. The week of July 21st, EAA will host the Spirit of Aviation Week. EAA will showcase content from nearly every part of aviation, from home-built to military. And the week will be packed full of interviews and discussions with aviation professionals, military performers, astronauts, and of course, the opportunity to check out some pretty cool airplanes. So just think about all the programming EAA has at AirVenture, from Theater in the Woods to their forum talks. I know I'm really looking forward to what they have in store. Now, EAA is still working on all the details, so keep an eye out for more information on the EAA Together website.
And coming up next week, you're all invited to an FAA virtual town hall. It's Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and it'll feature some top folks in general aviation, including Deputy FAA Administrator Dan Elwell, and of course our favorite Super Cub pilot, Mark Baker. They'll talk about safely getting back into the air after this period of inactivity and what the future of general aviation might look like. And then there'll be a second session focusing on safety issues. You'll find the live stream of this virtual town hall on the FAA's YouTube and Facebook channels.
And the FAA announced changes to the massive proposed Airworthiness Directive for a bunch of single-engine Pipers. Over 20,000 airplanes were included in the original AD. The agency is now reducing the scope of the AD, which calls for wing spar inspections. Now, as many as 8,800 fewer airplanes could be affected. AOPA commented on the initial AD, raising concerns about the risk associated with invasive inspections to so many older aircraft. The AD was first proposed in December 2018 after the fatal wing spar separation accident involving an Embry-Riddle PA-28. The comment period for the AD is also open again until July 20th.
Lycoming has a long history of powering the general aviation fleet, and one growing part of the business, custom engines for home-built airplanes. AOPA pilot editor-at-large Dave Hirschman went behind the scenes to see what it takes to build these custom Thunderbolt engines.
Colorful custom paint, chrome rocker box covers, and other mods make Lycoming Thunderbolt engines look different, and they are different. Thunderbolt engines are non-TSO'd versions of factory models, and the majority of them are custom ordered by home builders. Instead of being made on an assembly line, each Thunderbolt engine is hand-built by the company's top technicians.
It's a pride thing back here, so you're proud of your work. There's a lot of attention to detail, so I mean, you look at every single part.
The technicians put extra work into each Thunderbolt engine. Cylinders are ported and polished, and pistons and connecting rods are balanced for smoothness.
Kind of a mechanical work of art. It's mechanical knowledge, but there's a little bit of artistic, ability.
All of the engines in the Red Bull Air Race series were Thunderbolt models, and many top airshow performers use them too. Each Thunderbolt engine sells for a $4,000 premium compared to those built on an assembly line, but the extra cost doesn't keep customers from lining up for these high-quality engines.
You get that email from the customer that says, hey, here's my engine on my airplane, here's a picture with his smile on his face, and he's just, happy to be out there flying. That's the rewarding part.
Dave Hirschman, AOPA Live.
Lycoming expects to sell more Thunderbolt engines than ever. Many of the engines will be installed in RV kit airplanes. Hey, coming up after the break, drones making a difference in North Carolina.
And an Army vet gets a flight he'll never forget. We'll be right back.
The future of USB charging power has arrived. Introducing new, ultra-fast charging TA360 USB chargers. Unlock the power of USB Power Delivery PD technology. Max power. Multiple configurations. In-seat, cabin, cockpit, and galley USB power. Easy to install. Backed by the best. True Blue Power, the USB experts.
Welcome back, everybody. A quick reminder for pilots in the Northeast. The president will be visiting his New Jersey golf resort Thursday through Sunday, and you know what that means. It means a TFR, of course. Now, many of you have been out of flying for a while thanks to the COVID-19 hiatus, so remember, a presidential TFR includes a 10 nautical mile radius no-fly zone and an outer 30 nautical mile ring with limited flight operations. In this case, the TFR will be moving around as the president moves, as you can see from all the circles on the chart. So, we may have said this before, check NOTAMs before you fly. And you can use our new online iFlight Planner to see exactly where those TFRs are. It's on our website under the Travel tab.
Your favorite airport might just disappear off the charts. That is, it might if it's a privately owned public use airport like most of the airports in New Jersey. The FAA is reaching out to private airport owners to get them to update their data. Now, if an owner hasn't contacted the FAA with airport information since January 2018, the feds could consider the airport closed indefinitely and remove it from the charts. You can find more information, including how to access the airport database, on our website. Well, drones are playing a powerful role documenting the historic protests against racial inequality that are going on across the country and the world. The New York Times compiled a gallery of aerial images. The video at the top was shot by Portland Drone. The company was chosen by the Times because it has a waiver for flights over people, otherwise not allowed by the FAA. And we talked to drone operator Jamie Goodwick about what it is like to capture these events with a drone.
My focus and my visual observer's focus was to make sure that the drone was safe and we were safe. So in that moment, you don't really realize, what you're kind of part of. This entire movement, tens of thousands of people gathering in a community to speak their voices about a certain movement. It probably took me 10 to 15 minutes of flying to finally realize what I was, a part of and capturing. And that was really surreal. And it was very humbling.
Jamie conducted the flights as safely as possible. He decided not to fly over any people, even though his waiver allows him to. Now, drones are also playing an important role delivering medical supplies to a hospital in North Carolina. The drones are flying PPE from an emergency drone fulfillment center to Novant Health Huntersville Medical Center. The flights are beyond line of sight, over 20 miles round trip actually. Now, the FAA approved the pandemic response operation through Part 107 waivers granted to the hospital. The drones are operated by zipline. Now, get this, they take off from a catapult, drop their cargo from the air, and then head back to the fulfillment center where they are captured by an arresting wire. Now, zipline has flown similar missions around the world, but this is a first for the U.S.
And the worst place in the U.S. for COVID-19 infections is the sprawling and remote Navajo Nation in northern Arizona, New Mexico, and southern Utah. The people living there have the highest per capita infection rate and least in terms of hospitals, roads, and clean water. So last week, a group of some 50 Utah pilots in a variety of backcountry aircraft, from Super Cubs to Kodiaks, flew supplies into the remote airstrip in the Navajo Nation.
We took down food, PPE, hand sanitizer, cleaning supplies, toilet paper, all of the items that have become in high demand during this pandemic.
And it's not just the Navajos that have been hit hard by the pandemic. Other tribal nations in the West are suffering too. If you're able to help, you can donate to Utah Tribal COVID-19 Relief.
Now, we've reported in the past on how Oklahoma City News helicopters save lives by chasing storms and putting live images of tornadoes on television. Now, one of those news choppers wound up taking a more direct life-saving action last week. AOPA Live's Paul Harrop explains.
Chopper 4 pilot Mason Dunn and our managing editor Steve Johnson at the right place at the right time when they spotted that man trapped in a river.
Yeah, it turns out that man has been missing for nearly 24 hours.
A dramatic rescue of a man with one leg, not only caught on video by an Oklahoma City News helicopter, but performed by it.
I was almost done. That was everything I had left in me.
KFOR TV's Chopper 4 wrapping up another story when
the desk called and said, hey, can you guys search along the river? There may be a body in the river.
The crew happy to help.
Now, you know how these cameras are on the helicopters. You can see for miles. I think Steve actually spotted the guy. We were still a mile away.
As they circle in the Bell Long Ranger, they notice the man is still alive and desperately trying to keep his head above water, clinging to driftwood.
Well, first I landed on the north side of the river because it was a better landing spot. I didn't want to land on the sandbar unless I had to. And then when Steve got out and checked on him, he ran back to the helicopter and said, we need to get over to the other side. So that's when I lifted up and landed on the sandbar. And of course, Superman Steve got out and went and yanked him out of the water and then
asked him if he needed help. And, basically just grabbed him underneath the armpits and pulled him up out of the water as much as I could.
The man, grateful for the aerial assistance, now recovering from a river trip he'll never forget. One he's able to remember thanks to this news crew and their life-saving helicopter platform. Paul Harrop, AOPA Live.
You can find more about the Chopper 4 crew and their rescue right now on our website. Just look under the news and video section.
And next week we celebrate Father's Day. And on our website, we have the ultimate Father's Day gift guide for pilots. Find gifts for every price point, from the HangarBot security system to a book of pilot jokes for pilots in your life who need some help with their dad jokes. And don't we all? We also have a collection of AOPA swag picked just for dads from the Pilot Gear Store. So hey, to my daughters, Lauren, Jenna, just saying, huh?
Well, finally this week, the video that you are really talented AOPA Live viewers have sent in. This one takes us to Germany, where U.S. Army Vietnam veteran helicopter pilot Walter Schramm was celebrating his 90th birthday. And what better way to do it than with a flight over Bavaria? This video is sent in from Dr. Peter van der Woelbecke.
Today we will have a flight in Coburg, Bavaria, Germany. Morning, Walter Schramm. Happy birthday to your 90th anniversary.
Happy birthday, Walter. Thanks for sending in the video, PETA.
Yeah, that's great. Wonder if we got to take that flight. That's it for this week. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah, and let us know what you think at the address on your screen. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we hope to see you back here next week.
Purchasing your own aircraft is an exciting experience. AOPA Finance simplifies the process, saving you money with lower interest rates and hassle-free loans, so you get into your new aircraft sooner. AOPA Finance, the right approach to buying an aircraft.